Snapshot 22w43a is pretty tiny compared to last week's huge, massive snapshot, but it still has a reasonable amount of features that we want to cover. So if we come over here, we can get this beautiful image on the changelog, and then let's go down and look at some of these changes in the game. So the first thing to know is that the camel spawning egg looks a bit different, and here it is.
I think it's pretty nice.
And apparently the walk cycle animation for the camel has been changed a little bit also. So let's just see. There it is. It's walking. And I guess theoretically now it looks a bit more realistic. The next thing that there is that you're going to want to know is that fence gates no longer have a beneath support, or whatever you would call that. So if I put a fence gate right here, I cannot actually hang a sign from it either way, as of course I can hang a sign from things like leaves or something like that. Maybe not even leaves, but I can hang it from wood, definitely. But you cannot hang it from fence gates, which means that you can't have any more of this happening anymore. That's just not a thing anymore. There have also been some changes to the chat reporting screen, but we can't talk about those right now because I am not on the server. But if you want to know about them, all you have to do is come over to the changelog, which is linked in the description, and read up on it right over here. Now, the creative inventory has a lot of changes that have been done to it in this update. Or should I say snapshot, but let's go ahead and blow through these really quickly. So if we go ahead and open up the creative inventory right here, it says they changed the coloring of some of the tabs, and I can see that the spawn eggs is definitely more pink. I think that's a pig spawn egg now, and you can just see a few differences. The nature blocks has been renamed to natural blocks tab, and dirt and stones are now at the top of this natural blocks tab because more people use these more often. Water bottles were apparently not in the consumables tab, and now they are. And quartz has been reordered so that normal quartz is at the top. And the natural tab climbable plant blocks are now all together in the same general section, and the waxed copper blocks order has been fixed. They made sure netherrack was next to nylium, and in the equipment tabs, gold tools are now actually respectively placed in the right place as opposed to where they were before. Rails are before special rails now in the inventory, and color blocks such as wool have been now reoriented based on their color gradient. So now you can see that it goes through the rainbow as you'd normally expect it to in the inventory. Signs have now been moved higher inside of the functional blocks tab, and basalt blocks are now after nether brick blocks, next to blackstone. And then they also generally reordered a lot of the plants that are in the natural blocks tab. Things that were added to the redstone blocks tab include boat with chest, bell, big drip leaf, white wool, string, redstone ores, and the chiseled bookshelf. Milk was added to the consumables tab, and the functional blocks tab gained ominous banners, along with dragon eggs, lecterns, lightning rods, and the note block. The crafting tab now contains snowballs. The spawn eggs tab now actually includes spawners, and the combat tab now contains TNT and end crystals, along with bone meal being added to tools and utilities. Now let's look into a little bit more detail about the player reporting draft feature. As you can see, it's all over here. Player reports can now be kept temporarily as a draft while connected to a server, and there's a bit more information about that. Generally, it means that you don't actually have to send out your report while you're typing it up. And that is honestly basically it, unless you care about the one technical news bit or the network protocol. Now we all have to look at these fixed bugs in this snapshot, which you can say there might be a reasonable amount of them. Yes, they continue and continue, but that is actually it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to be able to give you a more in-depth look at some of these features in a later video. So be sure to stick around for that. Without further ado, I will see you guys next time.